Okay, so the purpose of this video is to show you what it looks like for a student when they log on to Edmodo. So I've just logged on now as a student, and you can hopefully, if I just get the highlighter on here, right, so you can hopefully see. Okay, so now you can hopefully see this is the student's profile, it's their name. You can view their profile here. All the classes that they're in are here. Most students will be in one class only, unless more classes are opened, which is something we might be doing. You can also get students to join groups if you create new groups in your classes. Most of you are putting students into the groups automatically, so they won't need to do that. And then the student can also see their parents if their parents are connected. All right, and that's the parent code if they want to do that. In the middle, this is their wall, just like you have your wall, and they can see what work is coming through to them. And on the right-hand side, and this is interesting, these are all the assignments they have upcoming. Okay, and then there is a link to their planner. Along the top, home obviously, which classes they are in and the progress they've made. This is the progress which takes them to their grades, so they can see that. Their planner again, their backpack, which is where it's their library, which is where they get to keep information which they've stored, resources they found on the internet, or information that you've given them, files which you've given them, work which you've given them, pictures which you've sent to them, if they want to keep that and take it home. Discover is more things on Edmodo, and messages obviously to be able to talk to you privately if they wanted to. Okay, so let's first go into the classroom. Okay, so now I'm inside the classroom. I'm in PYP 5E, and now when I look at the wall, I see only what's been posted on that wall. And it's just like Facebook. I just keep scrolling down, and I can see older posts the further down I go. Okay, so when I'm at the top, I'm seeing the newest post. This is the latest thing, and obviously this was posted last week, so I can see how long ago it was. It says here 2 days, and I can see who posted it, and I can see what it is they posted. If there are any attachments, the attachments are here, and if it says one more attachment at the bottom, I can see that too. So I can see there are two lists here which I need to look at. I can like a post, I can comment on a post, and to comment I simply put write something in here and it gets posted. I can write thank you, and I can press comment, and my comment appears there. You see Junior Welbeck, and there it is. It says thank you, and now there are 3 comments in there. All right. So that's the first thing. That's very, very easy. Here's the interesting thing. This post is not an assignment, so it is not going to appear here in my upcoming things to do. It's a post which is requiring me to look at the Word file. So as a teacher, if you want students to be able to see an activity in their upcoming list, so that they get a reminder of what it is they need to do, then you need to make it an assignment, because only assignments and quizzes appear here. All right, so let's now go to this and click on it. It's a copy of past tense assessment. So if I click on that, it now tells me what it is that's happening here. That's the title of the assignment. Here I can see that it's late. It was due some days ago at 11 a.m. And I know that this is actually a quiz, it looks like. I know that it's made up of 8 questions. I've got 30 minutes to do it. And here is a description of what needs to be done. Now, it's late. I don't know if I can still take this quiz, but if I click take quiz, if it didn't have a lock on the submission, then the quiz should open up. If it does have a lock on the submission, as a student, I won't be able to take this quiz anymore. So as we discussed before, we're not putting locks on submissions at this time. This one is locked. This was obviously done previously before we stopped putting them on there. And the idea is to allow students at this early stage where they're still learning about Edmodo, where parents are not sure how to use it that well themselves, and they're still learning, and where we don't know what the environment the child is coming from, and whether they slept really late, whether they were taken to see a relative and didn't get a chance, whatever that is, we want to give them more time to be able to complete assignments. So we're not locking them after they are given on Edmodo, so that we can actually get around to doing them. So I'm going to go back to classes. I'm going to go back to PYP 5E, and here's an assignment here. This is not due yet, or at least has not been locked. So it's only got 3 questions in it. So if I now click on take this quiz, and now I'm into the actual assignment, and I can take it. All right, I can begin the assignment and take it. I'm going to close that now. It says, "Are you sure your progress will be saved and you will be able to return and finish the quiz?" But the timer might run out. Okay, so back to my classes and click in here. All right, so as I said, very, very important to keep those submissions open so that kids can go back later on and open them if they need to. Just remember that if you are sending a reminder to students, something like this, where it says thank you so much for the students who submitted their tasks, and for those of you who didn't, I'm still waiting, love you all. It's nice, it's a nice message to send, but this will not appear here in the upcoming things to do, all right? And so you want to minimize those as much as possible, so that the wall is not too cluttered with things which students don't actually have to do. All right, right. So let's look now at the folders on the left-hand side here. Click on folders. In this classroom, I've only got one folder here. It looks like it's a folder in Arabic. If I'm clicking it, there's just one link, I think this is in here. If I click on that link, it takes me to, I believe, YouTube, where I've got a video that I can watch. Okay, so if I go back here, I can go as a student back up to folders, and I can see whichever folders are here. What's in the teacher's personal library, I cannot see. But what I can do is I can put things which are in the folders of the classroom into my backpack. And to do that, I just click on the arrow on the right-hand side of the file. Oh, you've got to actually click the arrow. There it is. So I click on the arrow, and this list comes up. And now I can add that to my backpack. Okay, you see it says added to library. Now, if I go to my backpack, that file is there. Okay, I can create folders in my backpack. New folder. I'll say Arabic stuff. Oh, I didn't write. Arabic stuff. And I can create a new folder. And the reason I might want to create folders is to organize myself a little bit. Okay, so now I can put this, I can say move this, and I can choose the Arabic stuff folder. Done. Good. Now, when I look in the Arabic stuff folder, here's my file. Okay, so I'm organizing my bag this way. All right. So students who are old enough to do this on their own, but consider that parents will be doing this for students who are not old enough to manage it. Okay. So I'm gonna go back to my class. And I've looked in folders now. Members, well, this just shows me all the people that are in my classroom. These are the members of my class. Or if I want to know the teachers that are in my classroom, I can look here, and I can search for people by typing their names in, and they will come up as well. But there are not that many people. You can just scroll through. All right. Groups, students, will either be invited to groups by teachers, or they will be already in teacher groups. So there's no real need for me as a student to get involved in that part. So if I go to my planner, we talked about this briefly, but there's something else I just want to add about the planner. These are the things, the assessments and the quizzes, as I mentioned before, that have been given me. They're automatically put in my planner, all right? I can look at what's upcoming. I can look at what's completed. I haven't completed anything, so my completed will be empty. But my upcoming is there, as you can see. This is something that I added. That's why it's here in the completed, and I want to show you how I added it. Okay, so I can click new, and I can remind myself of tasks that I need to do. So it might be that my mom has told me I need to clean my room. All right. Now it says in PYP5 class, but I don't want this in a class, because this is not to do with classroom work. This is to do with my stuff at home. So what I can do is I can just say it's a task, and in description, tidy my clothes. And I can add a picture if I want to, or I can put something for my backpack on there, or I can attach a file. I can say when I have to do this. I'm going to say I'm going to do it tomorrow, and then I'm going to click save. And what now happens is that becomes something which is upcoming for me. If I look at tasks without classrooms, and then you can see it in the upcoming, and it says here, I need to clean my room. Okay, so what if it is to do with classroom work? So what if I want to remind myself that I have to message the teacher about my writing assignment? This is just to remind me about that. And this time I want to attach this one to PYP5E, because this is what it's about. And I'm going to say, ask Miss S if I have to write more than 10 sentences. Okay, so just to remind me what it is I need to do. And I need to do that one also by tomorrow. So I'm going to click save. And now you can see that isn't appearing here, because these were my tasks which were without classes. Now if I click on the classroom that I attached it to, and you can see it here, tomorrow, due tomorrow, and I've got to message the teacher about my writing assignment. So basically, I can also put my own tasks in. They're not just the assignments and the quizzes which come from teachers which are here. And this allows me to organize myself as a student. I can look at this every morning and know what it is that I'm still meant to do, even though I'm not looking at my wall. The last thing I want to talk about is messaging. If I click on messages, here I can see messages which have happened between me and my teacher. My parents can also see these messages, so everything is completely safe. And if I want to type a message to my teacher, she's already here. I can click on this thing here, and I can press her name, and oh, there you go. And now she's come up. All right. And then I go to type a message, and I can say hello. All right. But look, I've already done this before, so she's appearing now in my recent list. If I click on my recent list, I can say, hello, Miss, this is a test message to say hi. And Miss has replied, hi, Bibo, I can see you clearly. All right, so she's replied already. If I wanted to reply to that, I can say, thank you, and I can add a little smiley face, and I can send that. And now you can see sort of the trail of messages as they go on. All right. If there's anything about my message I don't want, I can delete my message, and then it's gone. Okay. If I do send her any files, or she sends me files, they will appear in this list here, so I can quickly access them. And hopefully that is enough just to get you going on the student account. Good luck, and email us at support@mhischool.net if you have any questions.